एंड अपने अजय प्रभु जी भी हमारे साथ में हैं। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
हरे
दंडवत प्रणाम।
कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरी हरी बोल।
कैसे हैं आप?
कृपा है प्रभु की। प्रभु जी सब अच्छा चल रहा है यहाँ पे। हमने अपना लैपटॉप चेंज किया है, जिसकी वजह से इस लैपटॉप में अपने ये थोड़ा सा पुराना लैपटॉप है, तो इस लैपटॉप में पहले जो होता था कि आपको ग्रीन स्क्रीन लगानी है। ये दंडवत
हरे
प्रणाम।
कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरी हरी बोल।
कैसे?
हमारी वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग शुरू हो गई है, जो बैकग्राउंड में चल रही थी। कृपा प्रभु की सब अच्छा चल रहा है यहाँ पे। प्रभु जी माता जी भी हमारे साथ में। हरे कृष्ण, दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
Hare Krishna, my pranam to you and other devotees. Hare Krishna.
Very good. So good to have you. I hope you're feeling better, माता जी now.
Yes, they have a bit better. I think not 100%, but getting there. I think.
Okay. Well, if it helps, there are a lot of other devotees, especially in UK, who Anil Prabhuji was there last week, who said his Mataji wasn't doing well, and I think the kids they pick up. Another friend of mine, he's off sick as well, and like we were discussing, I think it's that time of the year when the season changes. I think the winter is going, the spring is coming in UK. Hence, the viral is all over the place.
Yeah, and the weather is. Yesterday it was quite sunny, but then it becomes quite cold when the sun sets down.
Yes,
So it's changing weather here. How are you, Prabhu? Settling there?
everything is well, Mataji. Krishna Kripa. Always, as belief, got more than what we deserve. So far, so good, Mataji. Weather here is very nice. Well, actually, coming from UK, we find it helpful. The weather is nice. I go out in shorts and t-shirts, but people over here, they feel it's very cold. Um, but I would say relatively it's colder. And our Prabhuji, Avinash Prabhuji, he's in Dubai. It doesn't get that cold in Dubai. I think Dubai might still be around 20 degrees Celsius, but this part of the Saudi, and because there is a whole range of Cornish next to the sea, so the wind blows, and devotees are feeling very, very cold because of that. But like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it's the way season changes, the way we changes the clothes. That's how we changes the body. So it does remind us. Doesn't really matter whether it's cold or not. It's going to change. It's going to change, like our life going to change.
Gita has all
So
the
so
answers.
good.
Like
And
our
Kana,
scriptures have all the answers. So we should follow those like summer or winter or whatever. But it's amazing how the scriptures, when we look into it, that they have answers and they've explained things so well. Right from nothing has changed in the last 5,000 years when it was first spoken. It's always the same. Amazing.
Hare Krishna. I guess the internet dropped out, and because of that, I think it went. Oh, let me just share this screen back. I was just saying that I had to change the laptop, and because of that, this is a very old laptop where we have to have a green screen if you want to put the virtual background, and that's why you don't see the lordship, the manner deities behind me, because unfortunately this laptop doesn't support that. I hope uh, I hope everything will go as well. So thank you so much for giving your time, despite the fact that sometimes you are traveling, sometimes you could be away somewhere, but still you take the time out to join. So thank you so very much, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada who put together this lovely devotee family together and inspire us to expand this family further and further. Let's do the Mangalacharan and then we shall resume back. And as always, last time Avinash Prabhuji had great questions, so feel free We always love to engage in the question and answer sessions. And that's the whole idea. That not just to listen, hear, so it comes from one ear and goes away from other. It should, the knowledge, the wisdom we have in our shastras, it should be such a way in our day-to-day life that whichever decision we make, we should able to reflect back to the Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures. Right. With that, let's do the Mangalacharan. Feel free to join me if you like. Om. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानौजनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवै नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साधुवैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव महाराज की जय। जय श्री राधे श्याम। हरे कृष्ण। Haribo. Thank you so much for everyone's presence. What we were discussing is Shri Isopanisad, 18 mantras, and we are right at the end, 16th mantra. We have completed a lot in Shri Isopanisad. And before we move further, I have shared a message in the chat. Well, what I've shared in the chat here in Zoom, because I know it's going live on YouTube as well, but there have been, I will share again for those who have joined later. There is a Kirtan Rasa going on in Mayapur, and I think today could be the last day of it, 5 days, and I think today is the 5th day. So feel free. A lot of devotees all over the world, they have traveled to Mayapur to take part in it, and it's one of those things you just play, and for hours and hours, different devotees, and you could feel it, the pure devotees, their voice. It happened with Srila Prabhupadaji's disciple. Srila Prabhupada was in UK, sorry, in America initially, and he had a lot of disciples. Most of them were Americans because he was in America. And once his, of course, when the devotees they join, they really feel the worth of Krishna consciousness. When they go back to see their families, they try to get everyone read Bhagavad Gita, get along. What are you doing? Where are you wasting your time? And there was one devotee in particular who was trying a bit harder on his father, and his father said, "No, I don't want to." And then next time this devotee went to see his father, he was listening to, so what he used to do? He used to do the Kirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And his father used to listen, and his father never felt anything. But this time, what this devotee did, when he went back, he took a recording, because Srila Prabhupada did a lot of recordings, and a lot of those original recordings are still there. He took a recording where Srila Prabhupada was doing the japa, and this devotee, while he was doing the japa, he was listening. Until today, a lot of devotees do that, and we have been lucky enough to be in the association of those devotees, where either on Zoom or in person, you 10 devotees sitting together, and in the background Srila Prabhupada's recording is going on, and we are doing the japa with Srila Prabhupada. And this devotee was doing the same. And the father was in the other room, and he came and he heard and he sat down. And when this devotee, 16 rounds could take nearly 2 hours, when this devotee opened the eye, he realized his father was sitting there and enjoying it. And he said, hang on, I've been asking you to come and chant with me for so long. What made you come and sit here and listen? Or what he said, that I don't know what it is, but when I heard this mantra from you, I didn't feel anything. But when I heard this mantra from this gentleman, he didn't know Srila Prabhupada, from this gentleman on the recording, I really feel something. And then he said, I would like to go and I would like to meet. This has happened number and number of times. So what we can understand by this is, usually what we do when we start the sessions, we do rather Madhav bhajan, which Srila Prabhupada used to do it. So you might remember I do a lot of times as well. If somebody will join before, like today Avinash Prabhu joined it, there was something playing in the background, and I stopped it because we started conversation. But if you have time on YouTube, Radha Madhav by Srila Prabhupada, Japa by Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Kirtan by Srila Prabhupada, you'll find all those recordings there. So this is the power of the association of pure devotees. Today, we started, the reason I mention it, that a senior Vaishnava, senior devotee, he has started a new series of lectures, I think 6 lectures, but it's a bit early. It's, I think, 4 o'clock every Saturday. I've shared that flyer, and the flyer, the Zoom link is there as well, I think. If not, please let me know. I will be more than happy, or I will check and I will share. It's the YouTube recording is also there. By UK time, it's 4 o'clock, which is could be a bit early. He is doing Brihad Bhagavatam, written by Sanatan Goswamiji, and just a bit of background on it. That might increase the potency of devotional service we all would like to be part of. So Bhagavatam happened when Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj was the last descendant of Pandavas. He was the king when Kalyug was coming. He was the one who actually witnessed Kalyug. So when Kalyug was there, Maharaj Parikshit was going. Maharaj Parikshit heard, so Maharaj Parikshit was cursed that in 7 days, 7 nights, he's going to die. And he consulted the Purohits, the Rishis, the sages, what should I do in these 7 days? And they said, listen Krishna Katha, hear Krishna Katha. And then he invited devotees, and a lot of devotees heard it alongside. And that's what the Bhagavatam is, if you will see. In Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj is listening the Krishna Katha, and all that is recorded, and that's called Bhagavatam. Now, when 7 days, 7 nights completed, and then after that, the day arrived when Parikshit Maharaj is going to leave his body. Because as per the curse, as the Brahmin son's curse, he's going to go away. He's going to leave his body, and he was ready. He was waiting. His mother came, and if you would know, his mother was Uttara. And Uttara came, and Uttara didn't waste any of his time lamenting, crying, saying the sad words, you're my son, you're the only one, you're going away. No, because she was a devotee as well. And she said that I know you're going to go away. I was not as fortunate as you that who could hear the Bhagavatam. So I wasn't there when you were listening Bhagavatam. Could you teach Bhagavatam to me? What you heard? And Parikshit Maharaj, the tears rolling down, and he said, Mata, it's is the time for me to leave. I heard this from a great Shukadeva, a great devotee, a pure devotee, and it took him 7 days, 7 nights. I can't do that because at first I don't have 7 days, 7 nights. The second, I'm not as great as him. But what I can do the gist of it. And that gist, what Parikshit Maharaj gave it to his mother. And this is not the first time in Bhagavatam we will hear a lot of devotees. They have Kapil Muni, for example. A lot of devotees, they have given the Shastras, the knowledge of the Shastra, the wisdom to his mother. It happened a lot of times. And in Upanishad, actually, there is a mention of matas, the women, giving the Shastras knowledge to their mothers as well, saying that just because we are women, it's not. And that's so true, it's not. It's a part of culture, not a part of religion. It's not Sanatan Dharma because it's Sanatan is for everyone. But of course, the way the culture went, only the men, and that could be one of the reasons that Uttara couldn't be there when all the rishis, munis were there listening Bhagavatam. So this one day, or even less than that, what Parikshit Maharaj had, the time and the experience, his realizations, he shared with his mother is in the Shastras called Brid Bhagavatam, like Lagu Bhagavatam. Lagu Bhagavatam is actually another, but very similar to it. It's like a concise way of Bhagavatam, is Brid Bhagavatam. And this is compiled by Sanatan Goswamiji. Vrindavan is famous for Shad Goswamiji. There are 6 Goswamiji who re-established Vrindavan, and probably the eldest one was Sanatan Goswamiji, even though his younger brother Rupa Goswamiji is more famous for his literary work, but Sanatan Goswamiji wrote this. And our Ramanand Kanai Prabhuji is doing 6 lectures, series of 6 lectures on Brihad Bhagavatam, which is there in the chat if you would like to join. So that's the whole essence, the reason I shared that. The realization this morning, the very first session while I was listening, and I felt it so much that not only that, if you think about it, the last day of the sun and the mother comes, and mother didn't waste any time, just went to the sun straight and said, I know the time is crucial for you. Any time it could happen, but still, can you tell me about the Lord, what you have heard? And I think that's the beauty of a pure devotee, not to waste even a single second in crying and lamenting, getting upset, why this is happening with me and all. Nope. Utilize the time, hear Krishna Katha. And that's the best thing which anyone could have in this Kalyu. So, Shravanam. Shravanam. First thing, very first thing. After that comes Kirtanam, Padasevanam, a lot and a lot of other things. The 9 forms of bhakti. But the first one is Shravanam, which is so easy for us to do at any time. You go running, you go walking, you go gymming, even some devotees sleep, they put that down, and they keep listening. And these days you don't even need internet. You can, when you have internet, you record it, you download it, and even if you don't have internet, when you go out, you still listen to it. So just a realization that if you get the chance, the recordings are there. If not, then at least get the gist of it, that whatever time we have, we should always spend in listening to the time of it. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. I've just seen your I've shared in the WhatsApp group. I will definitely share a link as well, and there is a YouTube recording as well. Today's class, being the first class, was very slow because he explained, I think, basically what I've explained. But Prabhuji is great. He's also an author, and I think I did invite him once. We had a session from him as well. So, but I will definitely share that in the group. Hare Krishna. Right. So coming back to Shri Ishopanishad, and once we will complete Shri Ishopanishad, Krishna willing, we will start nectar of instruction and then nectar of devotion, Updeshamrita and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, both of the granths which are part of Bhakti Shastri in Hare Krishna movement, and both of them are compiled by Rupa Goswami. And we will see both of them are so important for devotees. How and what devotees should do, what devotees should not do. So Hare Krishna. My apologies. I'm not sure what's happening. Something seems wrong with the internet, I think. The good thing is it's intermittent. It doesn't take time to rejoin, maybe just 2 seconds. But still inconvenience, I believe. So sorry for that. But the Lord and Jivas are one and different simultaneously, and the Lord maintains all, especially his devotees. So devotees, they don't need to worry about anything because Krishna takes care. Whatever happens is because of Krishna's permission. The Lord and Jivas are one and different simultaneously. This is the philosophy given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji, that we are different and we are same at the same time. We have always taken the example of ocean and a drop of ocean. The chemical composition of the water in ocean and in one drop of ocean is the same if you would like to test in the laboratory, but still so the quality is the same, but the quantity, one drop is nothing compared to what's there in the ocean. So that's how we are. We have Satchitananda, but the quality of Satchitananda in us and in the Lord is made. Well, the quality is the same, but the quantity is very, very, very much different. So the whole idea is to realize that we are Satchitananda, that we are Krishna conscious, we are Satya, eternal, conscious, bliss. When? Now. Where? Here, wherever we are. We don't need to travel to heaven to enjoy it. We don't have to die and go somewhere. When we can feel Satchitananda, right now, wherever we are. And that is what we call liberation. Liberation from the time. So when we say time and space, so Brahman is out of time and space. We don't have to rely on anything. And that's the beauty of it. Now, Lord's position we have seen, our position, entities, we are jivas, the dealing, how we deal with each other. We are the devotees, we are the servants of the Lord. And we have seen how the devotees deal with Krishna and how the impersonalists. Impersonalists, those who consider that Krishna doesn't have a form. They are also spiritual, but we say they are half-baked because they are happy with impersonal, but the devotees would like to do the devotional service with Krishna and with other devotees rather than just getting blissful among themselves. That's it. A classic example comes for Swami Vivekananda. The first time when he felt Krishna. My apologies. I'm not sure what's happening. I think internet connection disconnects and come again. Alright, okay. The camera is moving. As you can now see. So, right. Krishna's, the Lord's position has been explained. Bhagavan has been explained. The meaning of Bhagavan. Then the Krishna, we see the Paramatma. Paramatma is in the form of Chaitya Guru, is in everyone's heart. And that's why we say gut feeling, that we should feel we could. A lot of time it happens when we need to make the decision, we close our eyes, we go in quiet area, and we try to feel from inside. And that's Chaitya Guru. The Krishna in the form of Paramatma in our heart tells us what to do. All blissful, transcendental form and past. And that's Krishna. Our position we have seen, desire to be and imitate the Lord. We would like to be with Krishna, being the devotees, like the example, a lot of examples. We have just seen the example of ocean and the drop. We have heard number of times the example of sun, sun radiation falling on me, sun radiation falling on everyone else, and the source of radiation, sun. Now, how impersonalists take it, they of course they just consider Krishna, that Krishna doesn't have a form, and they want to go reach to the Brahmjyoti, which is okay. Like I was sharing the example of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda said, "I want to be stay," and his spiritual master actually got upset, and he said he was a Bengali, so in Bengali he kind of swear. And on Swami Vivekananda, he said, "You are you one of those as well, who will be selfish and just want to keep this bliss with yourself? I thought you would be one of those who will go out in the world and share this bliss with everyone." And then Swami Vivekananda came out of that transcendental, and he fell down to his spiritual master's feet, and he said, "I will fulfill your dream." Hence, he established Ramakrishna Mission. So the trust all over the world, which spreads the world of Swami Vivekananda, is Ramakrishna Paramahansa and RK Mission, and that's because of this, because he wanted to have Hare Krishna. So how devotees go further? Devotees, they are the well-wisher of everyone. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakurji said, who is the teacher of the teacher of teacher of Srila Prabhupada ji. He said, who is a Vaishnava? So he gave his own definition of Vaishnava. He said, the one who makes other Vaishnavas, the one who makes other Vaishnavas, basically who spreads the word of the Lord, is a Vaishnava. Of course, there are many other definitions, but that's how he classified as. So it says well-wisher guide. Srila Prabhupada actually used to write. He used to write as a servant. And in personal realization, when in Hare Krishna movement, when we send the messages to each other, we write your servant. Sometimes your humble servant. When we started dropping humble, we just say your servant. But sometimes I remember I sent a message to someone on someone from YouTube contacted me. I shared some information, and then a few more questions came back. I replied back, and once a person came back and said that in my signature I had it, your servant VP Govinda Das, and he said, "Doesn't feel right. You're giving me all the answers, and you say you're my servant." So of course, because we don't see servant as a great place to be, because we think from material eyes, but from spiritual side, when we think devotees, when they want to serve others, hence it becomes the service. So then Srila Prabhupada used to do that, and similar thing Srila Prabhupada felt in, and he changed it. He changed it to the well-wisher. And then inspired by him, later on, because a few other devotees started picking it as well. If I don't send a message to devotees, who would understand if I will say your servant? If I just send it to the general public, I just say your well-wisher. So what it says that when the devotees deal with others, they are well-wisher of everyone. Everyone. And that doesn't count for anybody's religion or background, nothing. Others might not realize they are devotees, but we know that Krishna is in everyone's heart. And like what Krishna says, that I will reciprocate as per your wish. As somebody who is going to approach me, I'm going to come to you in the same form. Which means if somebody would pray to Krishna, Krishna, I would like to see you as Brahmjyoti, Krishna will appear as Brahmjyoti. If somebody will say, I would like to get rid of these miseries, Krishna will take those miseries away. But the real bliss is not the lack of misery is good enough, because we will not have the miseries. But that's not the happiness. Because again, how long that material miseries will be away, they will come back. But the real bliss is when we serve others, and then we really feel satisfied with whatever we are, and that satisfaction is what gives the real bliss. And no one could, like Gopal Prabhuji always said, that if you want to serve others, nobody can stop you. If you want others to serve you, but somebody might serve, somebody might not serve. If you have 3 kids, 2 of them might serve, one of them might not serve you. But even if you are guru, some followers will follow you, some might not follow you. But if you want to serve others, how people can stop you? How people can stop you? Even if somebody wouldn't like to serve, that's okay. You move on. But usually people don't mind if you want to serve them. So devotees are fully attached to Krishna in whatever happens. Experience is most auspicious feature. So whatever happens with Krishna's blessings. Always glorifies Lord, of course, because Krishna has given so much. Anything and everything you see Krishna. Like the anecdote of Srila Prabhupada ji. Srila Prabhupada ji was there in the flight, and he had very young Americans. And one of the Americans looked at a very beautiful air hostess. And then Srila Prabhupada ji looked at him. And he realized that Srila Prabhupada ji realized that I'm looking at this air hostess. And then Srila Prabhupada ji also realized that I'm looking at him. So Srila Prabhupada ji just went closer to him and said, she's beautiful, isn't she? And he hesitated. He got surprised. And then he said, yes, Prabhupada ji, she is. Prabhupada ji said that imagine if she's so beautiful, the Krishna who has given her that beauty, how beautiful that Krishna would be. And then that devotee, a lot of disciples of Srila Prabhupada ji, they have written, and they have actually recorded, those who are still alive. Recent, I think, I said recently, 6 years back, roughly 6-7 years back, they started doing a series. I think it's still there. And of course, Srila Prabhupada ji's Leela Amrit is also there, the compilations from the disciples. And they have given all these anecdotes, how Srila Prabhupada ji used to interact with them. Srila Prabhupada ji didn't get angry, but Srila Prabhupada ji just gave that wisdom, that imagine. So next time, either that disciple, that devotee, or any other devotees. So next time one of you would go and you will see a beautiful air hostess or beautiful painting, and then you might think, wow, what a beauty. And then think, how beautiful Krishna would be, who is able to give such a beauty to such an inert, because this material body is inert, right? It's a dead matter, they call it, scientists. And similar thing, for example, a painting is dead, but the painter got the beauty, right? Painter got that bhava. When the poems are written, poetry comes from the poet. So how beautiful the mindset, the thought process, the realization, the feelings of the poet, the originator, the source. And this is what we are saying, that devotees find it so easy to connect to Krishna. They attach to Krishna in everything. And of course, as a special favor, Krishna dispels the ignorance. So the very first mantra in Mangala Charan, Om Ajnana Tirmandasya, Ajnana, ignorance. But rather than going straight to Krishna, we pay obeisances to our Guru Maharaj that thank you so much. You have taken. But how Guru has taken the ignorance away? By Shastra, by giving us the sadhu sangha. Srila Prabhupada ji was there, and when he was going away, devotees were crying, and he said, "What do you think where I'm going? This body is going. But me and the knowledge I have given, the Shastra's knowledge I've converted, I've translated in English, I've written so many books, I will always be there in it for you." And devotees still feel it. Radhanath Swamiji said it in one of the lectures. When I read, I really feel that Srila Prabhupada is there, because Srila Prabhupada used to read his own purpose and used to say, "I haven't written it." No. It's like when I was writing it, Krishna gave me the blessing. Then, of course, Srila Prabhupada always he passed on the glories to his own guru. That, no, I haven't written it. I just got this as a mercy. So what is the connection? What is the main theme? Now when we will move to the 17, that while the body is made up of material substance, the spirit soul is eternal. So body is dead, but the spirit soul is alive. Through the process of devotional service, can re-establish his spiritual relationship with Krishna. So somebody from one of the religion was leaving his religion and now kind of becoming Hindu. Somebody said that, "Oh well, I thought like a joke that I thought I've heard that Hindus don't do conversion. How come this person is doing converting to Hindu?" And the sage, I would say, said that it's not conversion. Is the person was Hindu before he was converted to a different religion. He's just coming back to his sources. Would you call it conversion? So this is what this theme says, that is the re-establishment. Right? The whole idea is that we always remember self-realization. Not to find something new, it's just the realization that we are already there. And this was from Radhesham Prabhuji, and what Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji did, what he always does, dissect. And before we go any further, anyone got any questions? Any realization so far? I'm just checking the chat. And we have Senthil Prabhuji with us. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Denver Pranams. Thank you for your presence. And this is the beauty when we go out on walk. Then we meet a lot of devotees, and Senthil Prabhuji is one of them. Senthil Prabhuji is actually different. Senthil Prabhuji found my number from one of the devotee in Riyadh, which is the capital in Saudi. And then he contacted me. And then, of course, we met at morning walk. But it's all glories to the desire of Senthil Prabhuji, who wanted to. Like when one devotee went after Srila Prabhupada and said, "I don't understand a lot of things you've said, just tell me one thing I need to get to Krishna." Srila Prabhupada said, "Just the desire. That's it. Desire. If you have a desire to get the association, like what Senthil Prabhuji had the desire to find someone whose association he could enjoy. He found it in Riyadh, and when he was coming to the eastern region where we are, somehow he found interesting enough. I haven't yet contacted the Prabhuji because from the name I don't recognize the Prabhuji who has given my number to Senthil Prabhuji. But of course, it's a pleasure to be in association with such pure devotees who have the desire in this country to listen to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your presence here. Hare Krishna. So now, moving on from here, feel free, any question at any time, any discussion point. And I'm saying this for Avinash Prabhuji, don't you consider, because I know every time you say, "Oh, well, I've taken a lot of time." Well, that time is for you. Otherwise, I will just come, I will stay for the whole hour, and I will go
Hare Krishna. Looks like there is some internet connection. I think he'll be joining soon. Hare Krishna. Prabhu has just messaged on the Teams, on the WhatsApp group, that he is struggling to connect to the laptop. So we will reconvene next week.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Aji Prabhuji. Hope you and everybody is fine in the family.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Yeah, let's reconvene next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.